Well, hello everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're really well. I am just in the mood for a lovely, relaxing day at home. I've had a lot of things going on, as you know. I've been trying to keep myself busy these last few weeks, and I have managed to do that. But I just thought I'm craving a little bit of time to myself to just be indoors and to do something relaxing and peaceful that I can enjoy. I haven't baked for a long time, and coincidentally, a very kind viewer of my channel reached out and asked if she could send me a copy of her new book, which is called We Fancy. So this is by Jerelle Guy, and it's basically a beautiful cookbook that is using fanciness as a mindset so that you can make everyday food feel special with everything that you already have on hand. So it's not about overly complicated recipes, it's just about using what you have at home and then adding little fancy things onto it to make the joy of cooking even more special and even more fancy. So I thought when I received the book that it would be a great thing for me to bake something from here. And then when I opened it, Jerelle left me a little note saying, "Dear Nicholas, my husband and I recently found your YouTube channel and your baking episodes are our absolute favourite. I'm so happy to send you a copy of my newest book, We Fancy. I think you might enjoy the tiramisu cheesecake." Of Jerelle. And that is great because actually tiramisu, I'm not sure whether I've ever mentioned that here, but tiramisu is probably my absolute favourite dessert. If I go to a restaurant and I decide to be a little bit indulgent and there's tiramisu on the menu, I will always have to have it because I just love tiramisu. So the fact that we have one in this book, overnight tiramisu cheesecake, and I'll show you a photo of it. It looks divine. Doesn't that look incredible? So we have, and I've looked through this recipe, it seems to be quite simple to make. There's no baking involved, it's just simple overnight in the freezer cheesecake. And I've actually never made tiramisu before, so I think this will be a great introduction to making a tiramisu without the complexity of perhaps making a traditional one. So I just thought that would be a lovely thing to do today. I feel like I deserve a little bit of TLC and something delicious in my life, so tiramisu cheesecake sounds like just the thing that I need to do today. So I'm going to do that. It is a really beautiful spring day here in Edinburgh. In fact, these kind of days are helping me get through some of the sadness of losing Sophie and other things that have happened. And yeah, I've been enjoying being able to walk out, enjoy the sunshine. This morning I went for a 5k jog, and it really helps to get those endorphins going, keep you feeling on top of the world when perhaps things are not going as well as you hoped. But yes, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling settled now. I'm starting to feel like life is getting back to a normal calm, and with the Sophie situation, it's more now of remembering her life and looking back fondly on her life. So yes, the sadness is getting easier by the day, which everybody promised me that it would. So I just thought today I would bake this tiramisu cheesecake, and then I have also been going through all of my things. I think I mentioned this, and selling some items on Vinted, and it's just made me have a look into my home and what I've got. And you remember a few years ago when I went to that charity shop and I found the incredible Royal Albert bone china tea service for, I think it was £30. To be honest, I'd forgotten that I had that because I put it inside my dresser in the dining room, and I haven't had afternoon tea for a long time. So I just thought I would have a look through some of my things. And I'm not selling that tea set, but definitely go through some of my things that are in cupboards and see if there's anything that I want to give away or have given a new lease of life, and then I can buy some other stuff. Because I have to be honest, I've been looking on Vinted and I have seen quite a few lovely things that I've saved to my favourites. So I would like to get rid of stuff before I replace it with something else. So yeah, I'm going to have a look through there, and then it would be quite nice because it is such a lovely day. I want to start getting some spring bulbs for the garden, so I think I'm going to pop to my friend Graham's store, Grow Urban, and get some spring bulbs to plant up out there. So yeah, I'm planning a lovely day and I hope you will enjoy joining me. Well, I'm ready to start making our cheesecake. Now, in the spirit of this book, I'm only really going to use things that I've already got in the house. So this is obviously an American cookbook, and there are often differences I found having a YouTube channel and doing a lot of recipes between the two countries, even though we supposedly speak the same language. So here in the UK, we don't have a thing that you love so much called Graham's crackers. It doesn't exist, and the closest alternative we have to that is a digestive biscuit, but it's not really the same thing. This recipe does call for Graham's crackers, so it says, where is this? Graham cracker sheets, about 16, so they come in sheets, and then in this book the recipe has them, instead of a biscuit layer on the bottom of the cheesecake, it's got it running through the cheesecake with those sheets of Graham's crackers, which looks heavenly, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So instead, I'm going to make my own cheesecake base using digestive biscuits, which I've blitzed in my food processor, and then you just melt butter together and pour it through, and then you press that into your pan. That's the cheesecake base whenever I'm doing cheesecake that I use. The next thing that I didn't have in the house, and I wanted to stick to the ethos of the book of having what you have at home, is chocolate liqueur. I don't have that. What I do have is Irish cream liqueur, and I think that will be a great substitute. It was St. Patrick's Day yesterday, so this is a great little thing, and I really do love Irish cream. It's so beautiful, and I think for a cheesecake it will work especially well. I've got some ground coffee out of my coffee machine, and I had in my freezer yesterday cream cheese and cream. I always have that just in case I want to make a fancy pudding when people come over. So I have stuck to the ethos of the book of making a fancy recipe with ease with all the things that you have at home. Let me read out what the recipe says. Overnight tiramisu cheesecake. I think of this as a strategic cheesecake dupe with 100% tiramisu vibes. I'm grateful for the typically American ingredients, yes, that enable effortless shortcuts so you can have this at the table easily. Shortcuts if you're American. Sheets of graham crackers straight from the box provide a base for billowy whipped cheese that's been infused with chocolate liqueur. For the finishing touch, I snow the whole thing with sifted cocoa powder. You can refrigerate the cake, but I like to freeze it because, when cut, delineated lines of crust appear against the cream. Make sure to start with soft cream cheese, leave it on the counter in the sun for a few hours, and cold whipping cream so you get a smooth whip. So I've read through the recipe. It's pretty nice and simple. So I am going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to make my cheesecake base by, as I said, melting butter and then pouring it over our biscuits and then pop it into the pan. I'm going to do that and get started. Butter is melted. It's going into this bowl which has the blitzed digestive biscuits in. And then I'm going to mix this together until we have a little paste, like a base. What shall I use for this? Maybe a spoon. A spoon, okay. This is always a great cheesecake base. It always works really well. Comes together pretty quickly. And you'll see that you'll be able to start pressing it together to form that base. I'm glad I don't have to put my hands in this one. Done. So let's get this out into our pan, our baking pan, baking tin. And I'm just going to press it down until it's all solid and we have a nice even base. Okay, that is done. So when you normally make a cheesecake, you'd have to leave this in the fridge overnight, but because the whole thing is going into the freezer overnight, it's fine. I will pop it in there now because there's no room anywhere else anyway, and it will just make it even more solid. So that will be fine in there. And now we're going to get on with making the whipped cream filling, which is my favourite part. Okay, so what we can do actually is we can get the mixer bowl, and we can do all of this together here. It all just goes in here by the looks of things. So in a stand mixer fitted with a whisk attachment, beat together the cream cheese, chocolate liqueur, sugar, espresso powder and vanilla until smooth. So I'm just going to dump all of this into our bowl in one go, and then, so you can see, so we've got the cream cheese. I've got 250 grams of this. Sorry, a pound of this. Let's get my little spatula. Yes, tiramisu is probably my favourite dessert, one that I can't ever resist. It's just, when it's all billowy and creamy as well, that's when it's my favourite. And I think from the look of this one, on the photograph, that's what this is going to be, so I'm excited to try it out. So we've got the cream cheese, then we've got powdered sugar that's going in, and then we want to put in half a cup of your chocolate liqueur, or if you're using Irish liqueur like me, you can use that. So let's put half a cup of this in here. Smells so wonderful. Wow. This is going to be amazing. We want espresso powder. Very, very great coffee taste that's going to give it. Wow, the smell. And then we're going to put in some vanilla extract. So I'm pretty good at eyeing these things now, so there we go. So we have to slowly drizzle in the double cream. So I'm going to go over to the mixer now and we can mix all this together over there. Well, I think that is it. I mean, I've tasted that cream. It is out of this world. Unbelievably delicious. It's got that classic tiramisu taste because of the coffee and then that liqueur. I'm sure it would have been heavenly with the chocolate liqueur, but with the Irish cream, it is just divine. And because of the coffee, you've got these speckles in it. Now, in the book, it does give you tips about how you can make it fancy. After all, that's what the book is called. So it says, dollop or pipe whipped cream onto each of the slices and sprinkle over curls of shaved dark and/or white chocolate. So that would be a great idea. I don't have any cream here. Maybe I can get some tomorrow when I pop out to the gym or something. But I think even just like this, it looks beautiful, and when you take it out of the pan, it's going to be great. And yeah, but if you want to make it fancy, you can. And that's the beauty of this book. So I have to say, I'm excited to try this tomorrow when it's been frozen. I think it would have been great if I lived in America and we had Graham's crackers at hand, because the way it layers through the cake that way. It looks really beautiful, and I think it would provide that beautiful crunch. But you do get it in my version with the biscuit base, and sometimes it's about adapting things to your own needs, and that's what I always say, you know, don't try to make everything exactly as it's supposed to be. Sometimes you can only do what you can do, and these cookbooks are here just to give us a little bit of a guide, a little bit of some pointers. I mean, I wouldn't have thought to make that cream, so the fact that I know how to cook a cheesecake, make a cheesecake, I use my own little methods mixed in with the ones in here, and you get something that is comfortingly yours, and I'm sure that is what everybody wants when they're creating their own cookbook. So I'm going to put some cling film over this, and then we will freeze this overnight, and that will be a nice pleasant surprise to look forward to in the morning when I wake up. And I can have this with either a good coffee. I think be all coffeeed out, I'll be flying to the gym in the morning, or we can have a cup of tea, or maybe something even better, a glass of wine at a party. So yeah, let me freeze this and we'll come back to it tomorrow. But that was so simple, so easy. It took about 15 minutes, if that, just throwing everything together, as you can see, and you get something that's really impressive, which is my favorite type of recipe. Ones that look very like they've taken a lot of skill to make, but in actual fact, anybody can do it. Well, good morning everybody. It is the day after the night before, and I've left my cheesecake to freeze overnight, so I've just took it out of the freezer. I'm going to let it sit on the side for about 30 minutes. This morning I went to the store and I got some double cream and I whipped that, so I'm going to pipe that onto the cheesecake. And then I remembered I was supposed to get dark chocolate as well, so that I could put curls of dark chocolate over it, but I'll go and fetch some of that later on. Nathan's coming round later, so he can have a slice of the cheesecake with us to see how it is, but I'm thinking it's going to be quite beautiful. It is the most wonderful day, I would say the warmest day of the year so far. Went out this morning, I've just worn this t-shirt and a little jacket, and it's warm, pleasant, the birds are singing, people are smiling because it's spring and everyone's so delighted that we're through the winter. Then I got home and the doorbell rang and I had the loveliest surprise. So the florist delivered these gorgeous flowers to me, and I mean they are just so beautiful, and they came in this vase, and there's a card here. Let me read this out. Dear Nicholas, until one has loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened, said by Anatole France. My best friend, who passed away in 2016, shared this quote with me at times. He, myself, and his husband had no greater love than for our dogs and animal children. How great that Sophie awakened all of our souls. Know that someone in Canada is thinking of you and remembering Sophie with great warmth. Big hugs, Angie. I mean, the people that I have through this YouTube channel, the people that I've met, the people that contact me, the people who write to me, who send me beautiful, thoughtful gifts like this, I just never dreamed when I started this YouTube channel that that is what I would create and that is what I would get by having this channel. I mean, there are so many bonuses to being on YouTube, for having this as my life, as my career, but I have to be totally honest and say that the community, the people, all of you who watch and support me, truly the most wonderful thing on this earth. Truly, I mean, I'm overwhelmed with your kindness. I've had the best support over the last 6 years. I've gone through so many ups and downs, as you know, and life isn't always easy, but what always gets me through is the people around me. And I've had a bit of sadness the last few weeks, and what I've realised is that I've got the most incredible friends and family. My friends here in Edinburgh have lifted me up so much. Even friends that I haven't known for very long, new friends, but they've reached out, they've wanted to shoulder the pain that I've been carrying, and they've wanted to make sure that I'm okay. So all of those people, my family, and then I've got this amazing community of people here on YouTube who just make me feel so loved and so cherished. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so, so much. Thank you, Angie, for your incredible kindness to contact my local florist, my favourite one, buy me the most beautiful bouquet of flowers in that beautiful vase and write this lovely, lovely note that I'll cherish forever. You are just such a kind, wonderful person, and I want to thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, just made my whole day, my whole week. So I'm just so, so lucky to have you all. Thank you. So yeah, that has really boosted me today. I needed that this week. I've had a few other things going on that I haven't talked about, something quite big, and it's knocked me over the last few days. I don't want to keep going into these things because I want to move on, but yeah, this has really boosted me again, so thank you. So yes, I am going to pipe the cheesecake with the cream, and then I will get some chocolate later on, and then when Nathan comes we will have a slice of cheesecake and he can let you know how it tastes, because very often it is just me telling you, oh, this is so delicious, but who knows if I'm telling the truth? You can never know, you're never going to get to taste it, but I'm sure he'll be very honest. But I think it's going to be great. So yeah, a lovely day. I'm going to get out into the garden as well and do some potting up. It's a great day for it, so I might as well. So, do you remember when I bought that tea set a few years ago? I'm going to open up the cupboard, the magic cupboard. It's here. Wow. And, I mean, just look at that beautiful teapot, just for starters. The Royal Albert Brigadoon. It's gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, the quality of it, the bone china, it's so white and luscious. Beautiful. And this is bone china. So yeah, I have all of this, and it's never really been used. It's quite a shame, and I think I should probably have an afternoon tea, because, I mean, even all of these beautiful plates as well, they are stunning, and they're in great condition. So I should use this, otherwise I think it should go to someone else, because I like things to be used. And then my friend Murray gifted me this plate with N on it, which I absolutely love. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. So that is a few lovely things in there. I also have these beautiful, these are Limoges. This was a gift from a follower. Look at these Limoges, so gorgeous, beautiful. See, when I opened this cupboard the other day, it was quite a surprise to see this set, because I had forgotten about it, which is insane. Look at the cake stand. Oh, and one more thing. The other day I was in the charity shop and I saw this tureen. I'm going to start collecting these. I've already got one that I got from the Cotswolds. This was £10. The jaw of a charity shop, and it says Royal Staffordshire Heirloom Ironstone by J&G Meakin, England. And this is a nice little tureen. And I just think that eventually, when I've collected more of it, to have that filled with white, beautiful china like that would be a lovely, lovely thing. At the moment I've got all of my glassware in here. I use this for parties. So this has been a great thing in the dining room. It's good to have all that storage. And then over in the other cupboard, that never closes, I have a lot more things. So over here, I'm going to show you now, in here. So in here, we've got quite a lot of lovely things that I haven't used for a little time. So look at these frog candle holders. These are quite sweet. I can't remember where I got those from. I think it was TK Maxx, like at least 10 years ago. I love interesting salt and pepper holders. These are little, they're chestnuts, aren't they? Chestnuts, and I got these from Oka. These ones, and then some silver ones as well. There's a little toast rack here. At the back we've got a basket for bread, and these are from Sophie. I think these were designed by Sophie Patterson. Down here we've got some rattan chargers and these very interesting like garlic onion plates that I sometimes use for picnics and things. A cabbageware bowl, which I do use. I've got some more cabbageware here, so this just goes on top. And then this is a warming dish, a silver warming dish that is quite beautiful. I used to serve eggs in that, in shakshuka. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I've got all these lovely things. I always preach about you should always use your best things, but I haven't been. So maybe it's time for me to start using some of this stuff, because it is lovely, lovely stuff. Well, as you can see, my lovely friend Nathan has joined us to try out the cheesecake. It's been quite a while since we've seen you here.
I've been everywhere, haven't I?
You've been very busy boy.
That's what life does to you, doesn't it?
It does. And we've got lovely Peggy here with us as well. Nathan was just saying that Peggy seems a little bit different lately, like she knows that Sophie's missing. Bless her.
I mean, with the dog, they can stand.
Yeah, they can sense it.
When something's missing, or they can stand everything. The dog's not stupid.
No, they know.
But, anyway.
Bless them. Shall we try it? I'm excited to try this. Hopefully we can cut it out properly.
I hope he's not trying to point at me.
Yeah.
That looks really delicious. What is the cheesecake?
Oh, it's tiramisu cheesecake.
Just to make sure there's no nuts, otherwise I'm going to hurt you.
There's definitely no nuts. So there you go.
Oh wow, it looks perfect.
It's a bit big, isn't it?
How long did it take you to make it?
Not very long. As you'll see if you watch this video, it's a very simple recipe. You just put it all into a blender and it whizzes together very quickly, and then you freeze it overnight, and that is it. So
actually, why don't you create your own cookbook?
Well, actually, this was already from somebody else's cookbook. We've lost a little bit of the biscuit base here.
Really?
That's okay, we can take it out.
Break the plate.
We'll leave it like that. Wow, it looks great.
Quite unruly art.
Yes.
And it's so perfect, isn't it?
I hope so.
Thank you so much. I'm taking the whole thing.
Bye-bye.
If you are doing that, if you're making a cheesecake like I do, when you see Nicolas video, it's delicious. I mean, I've only had one bite, but it, oh my god.
It's good.
Delicious.
Well, I'm glad you approve.
Pardon?
I'm glad you approve.
I mean, I've never really had a tiramisu cheesecake before, ever. Oh, wow.
No, neither have I. And you know that tiramisu is one of my favourite desserts.
We have so many memories going away. And if you ordered a tiramisu, excuse me.
Yeah.
I remember every time Nicola and I go away before on a trip, and when he see the menu coming up with tiramisu, Nicola, I'll call to you later. Gobble it all up, and it was like, you never seen Nicola eat something like that. When you tiramisu, you leave him alone.
It's
so
true.
I get the
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's one of my pleasures.
And you're like, oh, this is delicious. And then you go, I'm quite sick. It's too much.
Exactly. Yeah, because I don't usually eat that much food, so it's a bit rare.
Tiramisu, you've got an owl.
Yeah, I'm like gone.
Exactly.
Check out.
But thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Was delicious.
I'm glad you liked him. So yes, everybody, it is a beautiful recipe. I'll put the link of the book in the description so that if you want to check out the whole book for yourselves, you can. And I will put the recipe in the description box as well so that you can follow it along. But it's a really easy, simple recipe. And yeah, really delicious.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you again. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you've enjoyed this relaxing day at home with me in spring, my favourite time of year. Thank you once again for all of your kindness and support. I appreciate you very, very much, and thank you for joining me once again. Whatever you're doing for the rest of the week, I hope you have a lovely, lovely time, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.